Okay, so Richardson Hitchins has signed with Zuffa Boxing in a move that probably shocked a lot of people. You know, of course, Richardson Hitchins was signed with Matchroom Boxing, but following that fight against Kambosos, where he dominated Kambosos and beat the brakes off of him and got him out of there, he was saying that he is a free agent from Matchroom, which, of course, to Eddie Hearn, probably rubbed up Eddie Hearn the wrong way a bit. But contractually, probably was true. They might have had an agreement or an understanding that they were going to continue working with each other. But if there's nothing in paper, nothing on paper, if there's nothing contractually obligating Richard Hitchens to be a part of Matchroom, then technically he's right. It's not like he's going out there and lied and said, okay, well, I'm a free agent, and he's not. He said he was a free agent, and he actually was. But, of course, when you say that, that rubs Eddie Hearn up the wrong way and said they didn't want to do business with him anymore after that, which is very petty in my opinion for Eddie Hearn, because it's a business at the end of the day, and you do business with whoever you need to do business with, not with whoever you want to do business with. Granted, Eddie Hearn is very big in the boxing promoters game, probably the biggest promoter around outside of, what's his name, Turki Al Sheikh right now. Eddie Hearn probably is the biggest promoter out there. So he has sort of earned the right to be able to work with who he wants to and not with everyone who he needs to work with, right? So yeah, Richard Hitchens has signed with Zuffa. Now again, it's probably a good move for Zuffa because they've now signed a undefeated world champion and a guy in Richard Hitchens who's a genuinely very talented boxer, and inside that ring can be very dominant, defensively very good, great jab, go to the body well, beat the brakes off of a former world champion in Kambosos. Of course, Kambosos is a bit of a fluke because he beat Teofimo Lopez, but then every other person he's fought at world level, he's been smoked by. So smoked by Lomachenko, smoked by Devin Haney, and now smoked by Richardson Hitchens at 140. But Richardson Hitchens, signs to Zuffa Boxing, an undefeated world champion. I don't know how it's going to work with the IBF if they're going to let him keep the championship. They let Zuffa or IBF let Jaya Patai keep the belt, and then he defended it, paid commissioning fees, and then they stripped him. I don't know if the IBF want to do the same thing with Richardson Hitchens. If they do, then that'll be a bit dark. I mean, it'd be silly if Richard Hitchens falls for that again. If he, they tell him, yeah, you can defend the belt, and then they strip him after they take the commissioning fees. Richard Hitchens will feel like there's a bit of egg left on his face, and rightfully so, because Jaya Patai just got scammed by the IBF, and I don't think enough people are talking about that. And yeah, I mean, that's an interesting situation separately. But Richard Hitchens, of course, signs with Zuffa. I don't know who else Zuffa really have at 140 that's really a contender for Richardson Hitchens. So I'm assuming if they're going to want Richardson Hitchens to fight under Zuffa, they're going to need to do either sign some more guys at 140 or do a cross-promotional thing where he's able to fight one of the top guys, someone else that's top of the division. Apparently, they want to run back the Oscar Duarte fight. Of course, that fight was supposed to happen earlier this year and didn't happen because Richardson Hitchens said he pulled out with an injury like the day of the fight, which was crazy. I mean, who gets, not an injury, a sickness, who gets ill the day of the fight? So whatever happened there happened. Apparently, they want to run it back. I do think Richardson Hitchens can actually beat Oscar Duarte. I think Oscar Duarte is a good boxer. He's a big puncher for sure, and he's aggressive, and he'll close the distance, and he'll definitely force a fight of Richardson Hitchens. But I do think Richardson Hitchens overall is just a better boxer than Oscar Duarte, and over 12 rounds should be able to beat him. So if they want to run that back under Zuffa Boxing, then so be it. That'll be a good fight. But other than that, I don't really know what direction Zuffa Boxing are going to head in with Richardson Hitchens. But he's a very good boxer, and no doubt a huge pickup for Zuffa Boxing, because at the end of the day, the more undefeated world champions you can sign, the better. That's just the way boxing is, right? But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Was you surprised to see Richardson Hitchens join Zuffa Boxing? Eddie Hearn said he had sort of removed his interest from signing Richardson Hitchens about a month or so ago. Top Rank didn't have any interest. Queensbury, they don't really operate in that sort of market. And Golden Boy, clearly a deal couldn't be made with Golden Boy. So Zuffa Boxing clearly wasn't the best option for Richardson Hitchens, and he signed that deal. But yeah, let me know what you guys think in the comments below of Richardson Hitchens signing with Zuffa Boxing. What do you think's next for him? And yeah, let me know. Another episode of the Seth Solo Side Quest in the bag, and I'm out. Peace.